And no chance at a return. Start this drive at their own 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Offense working from the pistol. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Looking to move it through the air. That's caught. It's Daniels. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB wheelhouse. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if we can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Picked off. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Handoff from the gun. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And with that run, he goes over 100 yards. We knew coming into this game tonight they wanted to force feed him the football. They knew to win the game, they were going to have to establish the running game and be the more physical team in the trenches. You turn around and give this guy the ball, good things generally happen, and we've seen that over the course of this game.
Grabbed on the outside, it's Love. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll get ready to change sides for the second quarter.
At the end of the first quarter, with the score, Notre Dame 14, Florida 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum. Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him...
Touchdown, Notre Dame! What a catch and run for 6. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Ohio was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Athens. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in, because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score, and score pretty dang quickly.
Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. To the air on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. And it's hauled in at the 10. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll just keep slinging it. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Gator. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
And the extra point is good. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensive.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Scanning the field, it's Leonard. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Got the quick pass. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. Rifles it down the middle. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Gators will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Thomas.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Notre Dame right back to the line. Back to pass, it's Leonard. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. They keep it. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 18. The back goes in motion. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's almost intercepted in the end zone. It's caught, but he's out of bounds. Just an incomplete pass, and a bullet dodged by this offense. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Pocket starts to collapse. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll run play action. Right on target this time. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. coming up here. From the gun, the ground game. He is smashing people. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Irish!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half.
Here we go. Longer.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to buy time. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple.
Nothing but green ahead. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Ball carried by the running back. Second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Wants to throw on 3rd. He looks that one in nicely. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Western Michigan was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Broncos performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wondered, the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? And that's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over 100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge, the freak. It was a nightmare, so hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
The Irish send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He's got it near midfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These guys scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Now a chance to really dig their way out of this hole.
Yeah, and it's complimentary football, right? Offense doing their job, scoring, defense getting the stop. Offense has got the ball right back. Palmer, go back to that last drive, revisit it, and rehash some of the same plays.
Yeah, and if you're the quarterback here, think about where are my best matchups, too. We're going to have to throw the football at some point here, so where do I want to take advantage of this defense and what areas of the field, and where are my best opportunities?
Throws for the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Feeling some heat. They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for the end zone. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum. And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Looking to pass. It's Leonard. Got his man quickly. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little balance, right? We talked about how they like to be physical and they like to run the football. But when you get that balance going, man, it makes it easy to call plays, start to settle in, everything looking good on offense.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Notre Dame 28, Florida 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. Quick release on the RPO. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
14.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Dropping back, it's Lagway. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of a game? You've got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
Throws to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Coming after it. He'll pull it down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Finds his man and they convert. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. And the Gators are flying down the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long, under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll throw one to his right. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Buys a little time. Scrambling away. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright, because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
They're bringing heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And I get it. At this point in the 2nd half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You've got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. First down here for the offense.
Here we go.
Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You haven't seen that happen too often tonight, taking a loss on a run. This guy's been special. He's been finding ways to get into the second level of this defense, and because of his talent and ability, that's a big reason why they've got the lead right now. You know that's not going to deter them, that last play. They're going to keep handing him the football.
Using his feet to buy time. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Leonard. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the beatdown has ensued. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. With that latest touchdown pass, might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it, reading the defense, everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. And this defense has put a game together. Like it is hard to put all the facets of defense together, run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready, they were fast, they were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He'll try to take it back. At the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
14.
Fair catch, called for and made. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one
makes the catch on the left. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Wants to throw on 1st down. That one comes out hot down the right side.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
With the clock running, this should be the final play. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. And the pass goes incomplete, looking to make things look a little tighter on the scoreboard, but that's going to do it. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you. Put up a bunch of points and win